Welcome. In front of me I have the Galaxy Buds 2, so the newly released ones, and today I'll go over unboxing along with just a really quick overview. Now, just pop it open. Now I did already unbox them myself, just because they did look a little bit sketch. As you can see, the box is a little bit damaged. There was a sticker here that was ripped off, that wasn't by me. There was also another sticker somewhere here. So yeah, they just look really weird, and I did have a case where I ordered buds from just like something like an Amazon, and as well Samsung ones, just the previous, not the Buds 2, but the first ones. They were fake. So yeah, I don't know if these are fake or not. Honestly, when I got the other ones that were fake, literally I had no way of knowing it. They were just perfect in every single way. The only downside of them was the battery life. They sounded great, maybe not as good, but they still sounded really good for specifically something that was designed to be a clone of something. Usually I would expect this to sound like garbage, but those were amazing. So yeah, if there is a chance you have, if you bought like some fake ones, you can easily check it by simply connecting them to your phone and trying to see if the Galaxy wearable application detects them. If it does not, then those are fake. If it does, then good job, you managed to get the original ones. Now anyway, let's get to it. So there are the buds themselves, and here we got cable along with earbuds, or just not the earbuds, but like the tips that you can exchange. So 3 different sizes, 2 in here, 1 on here, and Type-C cable to Type-A. Obviously no charger. I don't think any buds come with a charger, so yeah. So I just dropped that to the side and moved to the buds themselves. So as you can see, there they are, neatly presented. They're presented the same way as the previous ones, the, I believe, Buds Pro, that's I think how they're called, and the Beans one. Beans one also had the same kind of style. And now the difference between those and like the Beans and also the Pros is these don't have noise cancelling. At least I believe they don't. So yeah, other than that, they look, I think, the same as the previous ones did, the Buds 1, but I honestly just am basing that on my memory, and that could be completely flawed. So yeah, anyway, let's just whip out my phone. Now I did already prepare a song here that is a completely non-copyright song, so there is no chance for copyright strikes, hopefully. And yeah, and I already did connect them as well. So I should be able just to whip them out, and they should start playing without any problem. And they are. As you can see, they also have touch gestures. Now those touch gestures only work when you have them in your ear, or basically when you're covering the sensors. So let's see if I can get it to, I think this is the pause button. I just heard something, but let's try to play it. I don't actually know what the... Oh, there we go, it's now playing. I have no idea what the actual touch gestures here are set up to be, so I'm just kind of like winging it. But anyway, I'm gonna take off the little pop filter from the microphone, so brace yourself, there might be a little bit unwanted noise here. So 1, 2, 3. There we go. Ripped it off there. So sorry if the sound right now will be sounding a little bit bad, just from the popping. But the reason why I'm doing this is just so I can get the buds themselves really close to the microphone and have nothing obstructing the sound. So I'm gonna bring it into view right here. There we go. So there is my tiny little Rode mic, and I'm gonna play the music right here. Also gonna max it out maybe. Okay, maybe not max it, because I can literally hear that from here, a little bit too loud. So there we go. I'm gonna now put them right next to the microphone, and maybe hopefully can get a just a idea of how they sound. Obviously for that I would recommend using headphones as well, and because of that, additionally, the sound will not ever be exactly the same as what you can hear from them, but hopefully it can be something close to what they actually sound like. So anyway, I guess that should suffice. So anyway, I'm gonna lower it down, and obviously I already listened to them, and they do have sound signature similar to what Bose does, I guess. That's kind of how I would compare them to. They are bass boosted, obviously, but it's not like super overpowering. Now I only tested it with this, so let me just find some other songs that I can test myself. Obviously, I'm not gonna place them here because even though technically I should be able to play about like 20 seconds of a song without being copyright striked, that doesn't apply because copyright strike on YouTube is completely flawed. So sorry, I think this is the only thing I can actually showcase here in terms of sounds, but I guess I can just give you also a little bit of a myself description of how they sound to me. So there we go, I'm listening to right now some LP. Let's see. Oops, and I paused it by mistake. Now listening just to like 30 seconds of it, I'm gonna just drop them in here. I can already give you a little bit of a description here. They sound good. I actually haven't checked how much they cost, so that is completely blind, but I'll give a little bit of a price range which I would place them at, and if they, in my personal opinion, if they are above that, then I guess they probably wouldn't be worth it. So it's kind of hard. I don't think they have NFC. They do have, let's see if they do have reverse wireless charging, or not reverse, but just wireless charging. I believe they should, just because the casing is the exact same one as you have on the Pros and yeah, they do. I know, just so we can see it. There is a light and there are the two lights. So it is charging, so they are actually wirelessly charged. So the sound is okay. They have touch controls. I haven't really tested them out how well they actually function. They do have some weird blue marking right here. That shouldn't be here. Hopefully you can see this. And this is actually like not scratched. This is just on there, like it's painted almost. That's really weird. But yeah, anyway, they sound good. They have USB Type-C right here, wireless charging additionally, so you do have a lot of features right here. They do work probably way better with a Samsung device than they do with just any kind of Android device, just because Samsung kind of started doing things like Apple. But yeah, at the end of the day, if they cost anywhere more than about $100, I probably wouldn't justify the purchase right here. Just because, to be honest, I have my little trusted Soundpeats. Now, probably never heard about this company, but these are just some, I would say cheap, but they're really good buds. Number one, the battery life here is amazing. It was like 8 hours at the beginning. Now, obviously, from like extensive use, it's now lower, just because the way every kind of bud is made, where you have the earbuds and you have the charging case, and you always top them up to the fullest and keep them that state. That does degrade the battery. That is the case for every kind of earbud. And well, these ones are an exception, but yeah, they used to last 8 hours. They also have Type-C, but the difference between those, these obviously have way better sound. Now they are a little bit more chunky. If you see, I can compare them. Obviously they are way more chunky, but the reason for that is because those actually have, let me just rip that off. As you can see, they have dual drivers in them. So these two little things that I can see in here, those are the two speakers that you're dealing with. And the reason why these are better is because those two speakers are responsible for playing two different kind of sounds, so low and high sounds, and each speaker is designed for it. So these sound on a completely higher class than this, and ironically, these did not cost $100. These costed, I think, like $40, maybe $50. So yeah, I let that sink in, where you're, what I would say, overpaying just to get a brand name. These worked fine for me. They have nowadays even newer version of it, a little bit more expensive at about $70, I think 70 or 80, which are even better than these ones. But yeah, anyway, if you're not stuck on buying Samsung, I probably would recommend you to look into something else. And I can strongly recommend these. I have been using them for the past, I think, 2 years, and they've been just amazing. I've tossed them around, throw them, or well, not throw them, but like they fall out on the ground, hit it, nothing ever happened to them. They don't even have like any kind of wear or tear visible on them. The only downside is the case isn't rechargeable, and it's also a little bit bulky, as you can see. When you compare this to the tiny little case right here, yeah, I would personally consider these for the case themselves, because this thing is absolutely huge. The case right here is really small. It's gonna fit in your pocket. It won't look like you have a massive bulge in there, you know. So yeah, that's probably one of the benefits, the case right here. But the buds themselves, they sound great, but they are not blowing me away. They are not providing any kind of sound that you cannot get from something that is most certainly what I would expect cheaper. Now, just to make sure, I'm gonna actually check how much they exactly cost. So they come at, oh boy, they are apparently more than $100. So yeah, honestly, at that price range, I cannot recommend these. Not when there are way better alternatives that sound better. That's just my opinion. So yeah, if you're looking for just purely sound quality, and that's the only thing you care, obviously stay away from these. I can most certainly tell you that Soundpeats, which those are the True Engine SE, I believe that's how they're called, these sound way better than majority of the buds at the premium price range. Obviously they lack premium features, what I would call like noise cancelling and other stuff like that, wireless charging on the case, but they surely make up for that with just the sheer sound that they provide. So if sound is what you're looking for, go for some kind of off-brand like this one, which I can recommend this one. If you just care for synergy with your Samsung device, then obviously probably this one will be for you. Although I would most likely recommend you to just fork out a little bit more and buy the Pro versions of it. Not the 2, but the Galaxy Buds Pro, which are basically, I believe, almost the same like these in terms of the casing and the features, but they do have noise cancelling, which in my opinion is a really nice thing to have, even if you're not planning to really use it all the time, because it does basically impact the battery. In those cases where you will really want to, like on an airplane, it's a real lifesaver. So that's what I would maybe suggest you to get the higher version of it. They usually go on sale, and at that time, when they're on sale, they basically cost as much as these, which I cannot really justify the purchase of something that costs as much as just a better version of those buds. So anyway, if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.